Hi everyone, I'm Iki, and today we're going to talk about human connection. Being human is complicated, right? Like messy, and let's just be honest, sometimes painfully awkward. But I think that's something we don't talk about enough because we live in a culture where everything looks polished, edited, filtered, and perfectly graded. Am I right? Yet, real life rarely feels that smooth, right? Sometimes, being human looks like waving back at someone who wasn't waving at you, or laughing at some moment that definitely wasn't supposed to be funny, or forgetting someone's name literally 3 seconds after they introduced themselves, or saying you too when the waiter says, enjoy your meal. Yeah, and in those moments, we also feel embarrassed, like imperfect, like we're so messed up socially, right? But here's the interesting thing, those moments only exist because we care. Because awkwardness is just connection without instructions. In a world where so much energy goes into appearing confident, cool, productive, and impressive, we also forget that some of the most meaningful moments of being human are the ones where we are uncertain, vulnerable, and uncomfortable. Think about it, the shaky voice when someone says, I love you for the first time, the nervous smile before a first job interview, the trembling hands when you finally speak up for yourself after being silent too long. Think about it first. Those moments matter, not because they were perfect, but because they were honest. Yeah, they were honest. And also, being human is not about flawless timing or flawless execution. Being human is about feeling deeply, even when those feelings are confusing, inconvenient, or embarrassing. And if we look back at our lives, the things we remember most aren't the polished performances. They are the imperfect interactions, right? The friend who laughed a little too loudly but made us feel at home. The parent who stumbled through an apology but truly meant every word. The stranger who helped us even though they clearly didn't know what they were doing. And those are the moments that feel real. Once again, those moments that feel real. Because being human means learning slowly, sometimes painfully through mistakes, right? Misunderstandings, and moments where we silently think, oh no, did I just say that? But here's the beautiful part, it's exactly those awkward, unpolished moments that build empathy, humility, and connection. Because they remind us that everyone is figuring things out. Everyone is trying. Once again, everyone is figuring things out and everyone is trying, including me. No one has life perfectly mastered. Not even the people who look like they do. Yeah, so maybe the goal isn't to avoid awkwardness. Maybe the goal is to embrace it, To see it as proof that we showed up, that we participated in life, not just watched it from the other side. Because when we pull back and observe our lives, we realize that growth never happens in comfortable, polished, or predictable moments. Growth only happens when something feels unfamiliar, when our heart beats a little faster, when we suddenly feel like we're doing something bigger than what we're used to. Let's think about this. We learn well by falling. We learn to communicate by fumbling over words. We learn to love by taking the risk of being misunderstood, of rejected. Almost everything meaningful in life requires us to step into discomfort, right? And yet, somewhere along the way, we started treating awkwardness as something to avoid, something to embarrass it about, instead of recognizing it as a sign. What sign it is? A sign that we are learning, a sign that we are stretching, a sign that we are only human. We are only human, guys. And sometimes, the most human thing we can do is to admit, I don't know, or I made a mistake, or even, I'm trying my best, but I'm still figuring it out. Because the truth is, everyone is winging it. Everyone, including me, and of course you. Even the people who seem confident and composite sometimes feel awkward inside. They just learned how to keep going anyway. And there's something beautiful about that, isn't there? That underneath all the masks, filters, and rehearsed answers and curated images, we are all just humans trying to connect, trying to matter, trying to belong, and trying to live our life. Maybe being human isn't about avoiding the messy part, but allowing them to be part of the story, the part of our story. Maybe it's about forgiving ourselves for the things we didn't know, appreciating how far we've come, and staying curious about who we are still becoming. And the more we allow ourselves to be real, awkward moments, and all, the more space we create for others to be real with us. Suddenly, conversation go deeper, relationships feel safer, life feels lighter. Because there's freedom in not having everything perfectly. So, next time you stumble over your word or send a message you immediately regret or replay a conversation in your head wondering why you said what you said, I hope you pause and remember this. It's okay. You are human. We are human, and being human is not a flaw, it's a privilege. We were never meant to be perfect. We were meant to feel, to connect, to grow, to try again, to be awkward sometimes, and still worthy, still enough, still beautifully human. So let's give ourselves permissions and each other permission to show up imperfectly, to be real, to be human, and awkward moments included. Thank you so much for your attention.